Hello, listeners. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever and whenever you're listening from. This is the Petty Cash Podcast, which, as you all know, this podcast represents the last of the Petty Cash. I am your host for the week, Danny, and joined by me, as always, are my good friends, Charles, Vinny, Joe, and the lovely Sabrina. Gentlemen and lady.
How cute. Just throwing it out there.
Gentlemen and lady, how you guys doing today?
Doing pretty good. Weather's nice and traffic wasn't too crazy. So
Yeah, I'm doing good. Weather's great. Traffic was crazy, but I'm just finally over the stress of yesterday.
Just repeated what he just said.
He said traffic was fine. I said traffic was crazy.
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay.
like,
so yeah, apparently in the north traffic's okay. For the south,
oh my God, the South is getting so bad.
We'll get back to that.
That's all you needed. For me, good. 9-mile run done.
Damn.
Spoke to the head guy that runs Airman Vision on YouTube. Kyle Gott and his wife, McKenna.
Ooh.
So that was interesting.
Ooh, awesome, man.
Yeah, so they needed help with another social media page, and I was like, what the hell, I'll tackle this one and see. So
Cool. Yeah, man. Good job.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dude, hell yes.
Yeah, and pretty good for me as well. I got some good sleep last night. I haven't been sleeping well this week, so it was needed.
Good. Me, I guess like to just jumpstart the small talk. This morning, I had my first rehearsal as Fester Addams in the Addams Family musical.
snap.
You could just go. Right.
I know. I just didn't want to like blow out the listeners' ears.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it went really well. This is going to be a really fun show. The director has a lot of really fun ideas, especially for some of Fester's stuff that I can't wait to start rehearsing on.
Are you actually going to light a light bulb in her mouth?
I'm going to bring that up with
God.
her. We did that almost 10 years ago when it first came to Arizona. So I'm hoping we can find another way to do it.
They singed her tongue. Well,
they're-
spark.
Well, believe it or not, I've seen on the internet, they did come out with like an LED light bulb that's like kept together where all you gotta do is push your tongue at the tip of it and it lights up.
That's what we did like almost 10 years ago. We did have like a touch light where like you just like held it up to his mouth and then he like just pressed it. But I want to figure it out so we make it work.
Okay.
Traffic coming home, however, was for some reason stupid.
Wait, where did you come from?
I come from at the rehearsal space was on Alma School and Baseline.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
Right around there.
But yeah, we barely moved between I want to say like Alma School and just before State. Like it's a green light. There's no construction. There's no roadblock. What the hell is going on?
It's a bunch of idiots that don't know how to drive.
And there wasn't even like from what I could tell long lines to try and turn left. It's just like go. It's green.
Okay, when you passed on the drivers, what were they? Were they snowbirds or were they?
I wasn't paying that much attention.
Oh, that's what I do. Just mean mug them.
Oh, I do it all the time now because whenever it's somebody that's in front that should be paying attention, it's either somebody on their phone not paying attention to the light, or it's somebody who doesn't know green from red. And I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
no.
come on!
But today will be a little bit more open forum as the previously two planned topics I had for this episode, one of which I want to save for later because I want to commission something for that episode. And the other idea I had between auditions, callbacks, work, and this morning, I did not have time to fully flesh out what I wanted to do for that topic. So today is just going to be more of an open floor kind of discussion. But a lot of things happened this last week that I'm just so happy that you all got to experience.
Let's see who doesn't have a proton pack.
There's one person at this table that does not.
Correction, Haslab Proton Pack.
Yes.
So earlier this month, we got emails from Hasbro that say, "Hey, make sure you confirm your address by January 1st, so we may get ready to ship out your order to you." Who got it first out of the five of us? Like the first email saying like your order has shipped. Was it you?
I think it was me because, well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it was
you wanted to shut up on the chat. Every time. Adam Savage's video. Like, I'm looking.
I'm
Hey,
so
Joe,
sorry.
there's some Ghostbusters shit on your computer. I know. It's from one of my friends here.
I'm sorry.
Stop. No, don't be sorry.
I'm just like I can't tell you guys how much
His
I
ADD was kicking in.
not just my ADHD but my autism side. Like when I get excited about something, man, I turn
exactly what you do.
I turn into a 5-year-old. Like it's just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And like when we waited over 13 months for these proton packs after we paid for them, and it's just like it's that stupid waiting, and we're like, okay, they're gonna come, and you're just waiting for those calendars just to roll by, and finally they come here today or yesterday, I should say. What surprised all of us, I would say, is that they came early because their release date was for spring.
Yeah, like the targeted like release window was for just spring 2023, but due to all the failed Haslab projects between
Star Wars, the failed Star Wars
Just call it
Haslab
Reba
projects,
Saber.
by the way.
well, also the Rancor.
The Rancor, yep.
I think there was like maybe one or two other like maybe GI Joe or Transformers.
There was
ones.
a couple GI Joes.
Well, G.I. Joe's, his tank actually succeeded faster than any of the other back-end projects. The one that did fail, I think, was the Marvel
the
Legends
Ghost Rider. That's right, it did fail
Because they did a really stupid backing project idea where they included the Robbie Ray figure that should have already came with the Hell Charger. And they're saying, oh, no, you don't get the Hell Charger with Robbie. Robbie comes in the higher tier. Then what the hell's the point of the car?
so it definitely knocked it down. Yeah, no one was. Yeah, and besides the size would have been fucking off with him.
No, they measured it to scale for the 6-inch figures. Like if you could put the figures in the car, it's just they didn't bother to include Ravi with the Ghost Rider
bother to
vehicle.
include the driver with the vehicle.
They didn't include Ghost Rider with his vehicle, and they were adding in such stupid C-list villains. It's like Hasbro, you're not really giving us something to chew on here.
So basically, Hasbro being Hasbro.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
So with all those failed projects out of the way, we're like, okay, like the people, thanks to Ghostbusters News, we kept getting updates every day. Like, good news, the Zavi customers got theirs first.
What?
What
Party
the
site,
fuck?
all the way in the UK.
Like,
yeah.
so I was seeing people on Christmas Eve, like, oh, I just got my my proton packing yesterday.
in Ireland.
Yeah, right. But I think the funniest thing about all these videos is none of them have any idea what kind of batteries these proton packs took.
True, because
gosh, here we
okay,
go.
correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh man, it's in the chat and it falls on this podcast, so let's all go with it.
We have to talk about
Correct me
this.
if I'm wrong. I don't believe they ever said like with all the updates and whatnot, but before like the big video one that said, "Oh, it's coming soon." All the previous updates never said, "Oh, these will take this battery. It will take a rechargeable battery." It never said how we were going to power the thing.
But with all the groups that we're in, some people have said what batteries they take, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, well, I didn't know this needed batteries. I didn't know no batteries came with it." Guys, really, you think Hasbro is going to send batteries in a $400 prop?
A good company would.
Well, and even
Yeah.
if they did, it's probably going to be some like Asian knockoff somethings that are going to
True.
explode within a week.
Yeah, especially these are supposed to, like the pack is powered by D batteries.
4D batteries.
Some of the bigger batteries you can buy.
For those of you that can't hear in the back, 4D batteries.
Think I can't find 40 batteries.
Then you're shit out of luck.
Well, it's because, the reason why is because it's not due to the voltage, but it's due to the capacity. Because, this thing is powering all the lights and the vibration motors of the pack. And if you have the wand hooked up to it, it's also having to power that as well. So that's quite a bit of juice.
Disappointed it wasn't a licensed nuclear accelerator, so we wouldn't need batteries.
Right? Exactly.
Power cells have a half-life of 5,000 years.
Exactly. Yeah. And then 6 months later, and in other news, like all the people that have backed Haslab, the Hasbro Haslab packs are now getting cancer.
Oh my god, no.
I just hope the people behind like the Ghostbusters, the ones that ran that department, you guys all enjoy your paid payroll.
Yeah, because
whatever.
I did a little bit of the math. There was roughly 22,000 backers, give or take a few hundred.
Wow.
I can't remember what the final number was.
20,000 or so numbers. Like, it's in the high rank of 20,000.
I could just see them like parading like in that department, like all the bills and just throwing it up in the air, and, like they'll just like fucking fingering the Star Wars department.
Yeah,
Marvel
the
Legends.
Rancor guys. Yeah, they're like, "Fuck you."
Doing the Ghostbusters dance, like,
Who you gonna call?
You're gonna call us?
So I did the quick math. I did roughly like 22,000. I think that's what the highest it probably was or would have been.
Oh, wow.
And with tax, I think they come out to roughly $425.
Uh-huh.
They roughly made $9,350,000 off these packs.
Wow.
Not including like the bonuses all those employees made from this succeeding far beyond what they were expecting.
Right.
Probably.
Congrats to you guys. So
Yeah.
Yeah, good for them.
And
Yeah.
thank you so much for bringing us this Proton Pack. And also a huge thank you to Adam Savage for looking it over and giving them reference pieces and parts to fix and modify to make it more screen accurate.
Well, and also too, weren't there some people online that like gave them tips on like what to do? Because
Yeah, I think I remember like the lead designer or somebody higher on the project was talking to people right when it got fully backed, but then they had to stop because Hasbro told them to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
So people like started talking to like some of the uppers on the project, but then that communication had to stop.
Right. But like for the wand, remember they were like, we don't know how to get it to communicate between the pack and the wand.
remember
and then
that.
somebody chimed in saying you could just use like a voltage, detection circuit that'll detect when it's pulling voltage, and you'll be able to do that. And they're like, huh, let's look into that. What do you know? They did that.
The pack can now be powered by the wand.
Exactly.
Thank God, because I predicted that for the longest time when the wand first came out.
Well, yeah, because it came with the adapter that you could put with like a spirit pack or if you had a full pack already. But because they added that adapter, I'm like, they want to do a full pack, don't they?
I knew they were going to. What's up?
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. It's leading up to what I have. So.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
my prediction here is that the Phoebe pack is the kicker start for them to realize, hey, we have a huge fandom here. Let's start making.
We can make millions off our fans again.
Let's
So
make.
just want to say, hey, Sony, don't screw up this next movie, okay?
Yes, please
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
Your
please
movie
don't.
sucks. We will not buy the product.
both of them.
Yeah.
So I want to say this right here. Hasbro has a huge gateway to creating more than just one Proton Pack. They can make the original Proton Pack from the 84 films, and they have an opportunity because the way the straps are designed to be slipped into the back of the pack, that is a huge kicker to recreating that into the RGB pack, the real Ghostbusters cartoon packs.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. Yeah.
So it's like you guys literally have a gateway here. Run with it and take that opportunity, man.
Plus, like I know Matty Collector came out with the PKE and the Ghost Trap almost a decade ago at this point. But like
Yeah.
Hasbro, give me a Haslab or a Plasma Series PKE meter, a Ghost Trap, and if you're feeling generous, a Geiger meter, please.
Give me the Afterlife version of the PKE meter because seeing that.
Oh yeah, the PKE
Oh, yeah.
taser. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be a really cool one.
I think just release it on one, kind of like with
There's a
this.
slime blower next.
Ooh, $600.
Give us the video game mod parts.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh!
Okay.
How genius
That
would
would
that be?
Okay.
that would be.
Wait. A Plasma
God.
Series Slime Blower Super Soaker.
Ooh.
Oh.
So you can actually hose people down.
Why am I dripping with water?
Use my hose.
Yeah, you mix a little bit of gelatin in there and make it a little bit slimy and just hose them.
Oh my god.
Get that stuff we used for the slime video.
Oh God, yeah.
That one. Oh, that was this year. That will be 3 years ago.
Man, thinking
Wow.
about it now, yeah. Fun times.
God, I almost fell into the lake.
You and another person.
It was so slippery. We're in the grass. I slip and I'm just like, ah! And it's going downhill into the lake.
I know we actually created a river slime.
We did. We legit did.
I think Joe's slime moment though was the best because we all threw.
Oh yeah, like
Oh, yeah, Joe.
6 buckets worth of slime.
and he's just like, my.
Yeah.
Like the image that I have it stopped. If you go on the Phoenix Ghostbusters page, it's just this. All you see is like my sunglasses and just the slime exploded in.
Yep, it's such a great
It's
shot.
such a great shot.
I'm like, I gotta slow this down. Hold on. And it just, you couldn't see my face anymore, except my sunglasses exploding from the front.
Oh, it's so funny.
He slimed me.
Everybody's like, yeah. But I think I kind of want to go into a little bit of like the funny experiences and also just overall thoughts on the pack itself.
Yes,
too.
I did want to go for that. So we'll just go round robin. Charles, You received yours yesterday, correct?
Correct. Yes. So for the delivery experience, so I typically work from home, and so I'm like about like 10 feet away from my freaking front door. So it's like I would know when somebody comes to the door. But then I was like, oh man, I need to get something to drink. Ran out of my beverage, so ran to go. I'm pouring myself some tea. My kitchen is like maybe, I don't know, 20 feet, 30 feet, maybe not even that far. It's not that far from my front door. And, as I'm pouring the drink, all of a sudden I hear the ding dong. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, shoot. And so I spilled a little bit on it. So I just, grabbed a towel real quick, dried my hands off, ran to the front door. I swear that process took, no more than like 15 seconds. Because, my front door is not very far away from where the kitchen's at. In that short amount of time, the dude was on his way, about to head back down the stairs. It's like, I know you got a lot of stuff to deliver, man, but come on.
Wait like 30 seconds at least from the initial doorbell ring.
Right.
You're paid on the hour. Come on.
Right, yeah. And like, here I am running, and it's not exactly, like, quiet, but whatever.
Halt!
Exactly. Where do you think you're going?
You have 5 seconds to comply.
Exactly. Exactly.
Charles is Vader just holding his box like just like Kylo Ren and shit.
And so he turns around, he comes back, and he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." He said, "I do need a signature from you." He said, "I just didn't want to bring the box up because he said I made that mistake,
so
earlier
he didn't even
today."
bring the box up. He just came up, waited like maybe 5 seconds, and then have to go back down.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So he didn't even have the box with him. So he hands me, the little device, and I sign it, give it to him. He's like, "Okay, I'll run down and grab it for you." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And so he runs down, grabs it, brings it back up, hands it to me. I start to try and take it. Originally, I was just gonna, like, the way he handed it to me, I started to take it from the sides, and as I started to, I'm like, my hands immediately went. Eek! I'm like, oh no. This is a lot heavier than what I thought it would be. So I grab it from the bottom, and he's like, "Okay, you got it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." So I lug it inside the house, and I set it down. I was just like, "Oh my gosh, this thing is massive."
Yes. Yes, it is. That's what she said.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So anyway. So then I had to go through the rest of my work day, all the while it's sitting in the corner of my my vision over there, and so finally.
What?
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. Anyway, so finally I get to open it. The outer box was a pain in the ass. Finally got it off, and then it was like, "Oh, hey, there's another box." Like, "Oh, great, whatever." Pull out
At least they gave us multiple layers of protection.
This is true. So, if people were really collectors and want to keep the box nice and everything. But here's the thing with my box. So I get it open. It's like, okay, here's the tape, whatever. It looked like they used old tape. I don't know. At least it was for mine. It was yellowed.
A little bit for hers too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
really?
I don't know if it was they were trying to hype up the whole, "Oh, this is old. It's been in a warehouse for a while." I don't know, whatever. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'll just roll with it. So I open it up, and that top slidey part, where it's oh, you can slide it to open
Was
it up.
it stuck?
Not only was it stuck, but also it was damaged.
Oh.
The right
Yeah.
Yours
side.
was too.
Oh, well, yours
Mine was too, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
did they try and put something in here? No, it's just a piece of cardboard. How did they damage
There were
this?
Knives Out too with the lady with the device, the little box, and she just shut up. So she just breaks the damn box.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "This will close a little bit, just
I was because I'm trying to push it, and it's it's keeps
Yeah.
getting stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Finally,
That
I'm
was me.
I managed to push it up far enough, and then I just gently bent the flaps and then pulled it back. I'm like, okay, there we go.
I just lifted it.
So anyway, I pulled it out, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I get in there, and I get to the pack, and I'm like, okay, and it's
Just that first image. All that paper.
all
wrap,
that paper wrap and everything. Yeah.
I know someone doesn't have it.
Oh Jesus. So anyway,
But anyway.
so I pull it out, and I'm trying to set it up and everything. I got my Alice frame, and which, by the way, did Did any of you guys see instructions for the assembly of the Alice frame to the pack?
There is.
What's funny is I just went off of Adam's video, just like the big or small, and I was like, okay, but no, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, because I was looking at it, I was like, all right, so I ended up having to like figure it out on my own. I was like, okay, here's where this one goes, this one goes, this one goes, and so like overall, I'd say the pack is good, but it could be better. There's so many little things that they did.
It's the nitpicky
They did. Yes, I'm gonna nitpick.
How dare you?
Oh, I will.
Okay.
Oh, I will.
You and I are in this camp, Charles, only just because we've been rocking the fucking full scales ever since.
Well, also just from like an engineering perspective, and the fact that like they did some things right, and then they messed up on other things, and it's like, why? So okay, I'll do point counterpoint. Good point. The stand. They actually thought of whenever you put a Alice frame on the pack that it has the appropriate slot to fit it on. So it will still fit on the stand even if it has an Alice frame. That was good thinking on their part. Not good thinking on their part. The fact that when you put the Alice frame on there, even though I do have the correct one that's supposed to go with it, it has this gap. So you can literally wiggle the Alice frame, even when it's fully tightened down, you can still wiggle it and you hear it go.
Well, based on your video, it didn't seem like that bad, but it's still like, oh, you can move it a little bit.
It's about that much. It's about like a quarter of an inch.
They put a piece of foam in there.
Well, I'm going to. But the fact of the matter is that they didn't account for this. Like, did nobody like put an Alice frame on there and actually...
Here's my question, though. Are you sure that they didn't? Because my assumption is the reason why they left that space is so even if you tighten it, it's going to break the plastic. You know what I mean? So they added a little bit of that extra space of the wiggle so that you can pad it between the Alice frame and the pack plastic.
But then they should have acknowledged that, because then it looks like they didn't design it correctly.
But then you're going to get a bunch of Ghostbusters that complain about it.
Remember what we said in the beginning of this? It's Hasbro.
It's Hasbro.
Exactly.
Let's not
Yes.
forget it.
It's Hasbro, yeah.
Give them the benefit of the doubt that we have gotten this.
Just like the
prototype.
Star Wars movies, when you can't explain anything, just say it's the Force.
Exactly. So, all right. So I'm going to have another good, bad here. So, for the good one, I like the fact that they made it, I guess you could say, kid-friendly. So you know how oftentimes with us in our packs, we don't like, kids or people pulling on it or bumping it or whatever. When you look at this, the way they designed it, not only did they make it durable, they also made it to where if things do pop off, they can be popped right back in. And it's exceptionally nice.
And plus, like, if something pops off, it'll affect the pack, but, like, affect it, like, how it was designed, not like, oh, something broke off of it.
Exactly. So I'm like, I am giving them full props for that in terms of durability. So I'm like, they were thinking when they did that.
Yeah,
That's
Charles,
good.
When you saw the video, like Adam, like lifting the pack up from the bumper, where you're like,
I was
Yes. It did give me like a few moments. And I was like, oh,
This
geez.
is plastic. It's not metal.
Yeah, exactly. Because even then, like when you kit this thing out, it's got some heft to it, and the fact that he still
Yeah.
was yanking it around by that, I was like, okay, Adam, well, it's yours, so whatever. But anyway, so on to the bad thing. At least with mine, I don't know if anyone else has had this problem. My wand
know.
will not slot into the V-hook correctly.
So Adam did talk about this. I guess like the V-hooks are a little bit on a thin profile, so they do kind of feel a little bit off.
Mm-hmm. Well, like mine only fits about a third of the way onto the V-hook. Like I tried everything. Like I'm like, am I not putting it on there correctly? Do I need to give it a little more?
That, right?
I'm going to have to, because otherwise it won't. Like I would not troop with that because
Oh,
the
no.
wand will fall off.
Yeah, good thing I got a replacement because I knew that thing was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good time to plug in Ben of Camp because he already made a machined V-hook system for the Haslab pack.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to
They're
have to
for
get
sale
that.
right now.
Then I'm going to have to get that because, yeah. So that's what I ran with mine. I don't know if it's widespread. I mean, I'm guessing not because I haven't seen people complaining about it. But I ran into that with mine.
Good to know, because I get my wand on Tuesday, so
Okay.
I'll try it out then.
And I haven't opened up my pack yet, so I will test it as soon as I get that whole thing opened up.
Okay, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if you guys run into that. So
Yeah.
I ran into that. Yeah, I don't know. It could.
Be replaced anyway.
It's going to be replaced anyway. So I'm like, whatever.
It's fair.
Yeah. Let's see here. Is there any other like? Oh, just on the good thing. some people were complaining about this, but personally, I thought it was really well done. The speaker is actually really loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if I can turn it up about, I think it's about 2/3, and it's like really loud. And not only that, but like even the vibration motors, I could feel the vibrations in the floor, and I was standing about 4 feet away from it. Like that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And the fact that when you fully power up everything, like you got the pack going and you got the wand fired up, and the whole thing is vibrating and like has humming and all that stuff like that, it feels like it is a legit like old, barely holding together nuclear accelerator, you know? And so it's just like it feels like a piece of equipment that's just like it's on the verge. It's volatile, and I like that.
Do you think of like what's to come now at like conventions now? There's just a whole armada of like Ghostbuster cosplayers right now, and just to hear all, yeah, exactly, yeah. As soon as you pull out that Homer Simpson meme,
Oh yeah, that one. Yep.
And then Homer Simpson is Danny.
So basically, yeah, for the viewers or for the listeners, it's the Homer Simpson meme where he's sitting at the bar and then like everybody is proton packs. So I mean, overall, it's good. It does need some tweaks
Out
here
of
and
10,
there.
what would you give it?
Out of 10, I'd give it an 8.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd give it an 8. There are some parts of it that like some of the hoses are either not quite what I would consider the correct color, and also the fact that they molded them that way. I get it why they did it. It's a $400 thing. You know, they can't go, making every single piece 100% accurate. But some of the molded parts feel like a little too bulky. Like, I feel like if I shaved it down a little bit and then put on my own electrical tape, it'd be better. So,
That's fair.
yeah. But and a few little things need to be painted, like around the HGA. Those I forget what are they called? Those metal connectors that go into the HGA near the top. That round cylinder. The leg grease elbows or no. But anyway, those parts, like those fittings, those pneumatic fittings and stuff, those aren't painted. They're just black, and it's like you could give them like a little bit of a copper wash and they'd look better. But that's something that we can do. I've seen actually people do that. They do put like a copper rub and buff or something like that over them, and they look leagues better.
Yeah.
So, it could be better, but it's pretty good for what you're getting. And I could see this being a great gateway for a lot of Ghostbuster fans and also wannabe Ghostbuster cosplayers that couldn't afford a $2,000 or some odd $1,000 pack are now getting something that looks pretty good.
now when they add all the attachments and gizmos and everything, it all comes out to the same amount they were initially.
Now that is the thing that I've been questioning. I've been questioning that. It's like, okay, so you literally have torn this all apart. You've put on official clippered valves, all the pneumatic fittings. You gave it a new paint job. You've replaced the
hey, look at
electronics.
that.
You've done all that. Why didn't you just build your own at that point? You literally were right there.
I mean, that's the sad part is that's the math when you add up the Spirit Halloween proton packs. Like, I think I put about like what $400.
You could chuck all that hot garbage in the trash now. If
Aw.
everybody
I can't.
I don't know if I could because me and Vinny are in the same boat. Like we had spirit packs, but because like especially with Mike is with Charles helping me like with the like almost basically doing the work for me. There's so much like work put into that. There's
And so much love.
because I don't know if I could just throw that away. Sell it probably, but I couldn't just throw it away.
you could depart with it, sell it.
Well, here's the thing. It's smaller and lighter. Just hang it up on the wall.
So like,
Oh,
So
okay.
like, I'm still working on the one for my friend, but my own RGB pack that I made from the Spirit pack, that one's going on the wall as like my first proton pack. That one, I
Yeah,
can't
there you
think
go.
of. I know some people were interested in buying it, but for you guys who want to buy it, I say no.
Whole sentimental value to me, damn it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just like with me and my pack. I couldn't dream of selling
Caddy
that.
and-
The
yeah.
Cadillac. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a
yeah.
nickname for this one now. I'm not.
Haslab pack.
But I was like, what's something?
I already got one already.
Oh, you do?
Not Egon's.
Not even.
Not anymore.
That's funny.
Let's take a quick break from the story time. I have a little something for the three of you to try.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
What is this?
It is good. I will tell you that. I was surprised at this.
They're
I was as well.
No,
Damn. All right.
Okay. Oh, hello.
They look like it.
they're not.
So it looks like
Exploded.
It looks like an
Skittles.
exploded Skittle. Yeah.
Are they freeze dried or microwave? Like, what is this?
Eat it.
Okay.
It's like fried
Joe.
Skittles. They're like crispy. I actually like this. What the hell?
Yeah, well, they are.
Yeah, these.
Wow, they are really good.
Oh man!
Green, pink, yellow. Woo! All right, land.
Yeah, these are they're freeze dried Skittles.
Oh wow.
Oh, freeze dried. Okay.
Yeah, we got them up in
Skittables.
Payson.
Bring me more Skittles.
You know what that reminds me of? You remember like when they used to sell these, the astronaut food?
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh,
So-
you got another one there?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh boy, what is this one?
This
Uh-oh.
one, this is like the last of these ones, so you guys will get to enjoy this.
So this is the last of the petty cash.
Slow down. Chew your
What the?
food.
Oh my gosh! What the?
Freeze dried gummies.
What the? Oh wow!
They're freeze dried gummy worms. Oh my god. Oh,
There you go.
All right,
Okay,
That's-
that's dangerous.
that is
that's
dangerous.
the last of it.
Okay, that is too good.
Oh,
They're
Freeze dried gummy sour worms. That
They're
is
Yeah.
like gummy Cheetos.
kind of.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
They
well,
are.
they
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
good.
God, that
All right, let's just bring these to the movies.
That is like
Yes.
diabetes in a bag right there, man. Like that is dangerous.
Yeah, to shout out the maker, this is Altered Confections. You can find them on Facebook or email them. Like, seriously, I loved these
I wish I would have gotten you more.
Why didn't you bring us a bag? I would have paid for it.
I didn't know these existed. And, like, when we were on our patient trip, she brought these back. Hey, I got these for you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get some of those.
logo on it.
I see that. I see that.
All right. So anyway,
but
you
yeah,
were gonna-
Vinny, you're now experienced with the shipping and receiving.
Okay, so my shipping experience, out of all of us, I bought 5 of these Proton Packs. So the reason for that is I've had a couple of people say they couldn't back it, so I did the courtesy thing of backing 5 of them just so I could sell 3 of them to those who
Because I'm going to
couldn't.
scalp the shit out of it.
I need money, man.
You bastard.
But I'm actually being fair with it because if you really think about it, as it was mentioned earlier, when you're trying to actually build a full-scale prop of a Proton Pack, the mathematics of it go down to spending $2,500. That's a lot of money. And when you compare that to a Haslab pack, you double the price on that to $800 alone. And that's actually a pretty fair deal because you're paying for shipping and you're paying a little bit extra just for somebody getting it for you when you couldn't. But I bought 5 of these things, and every single time there was an update, I was getting more and more excited. Danny over here was having a nerd spasm. And the day it was supposed to arrive, I'm stuck at work, and I'm messaging these guys like, "Man, I'm not even supposed to be here today." And
Yeah, you were losing your mind.
I was stressed.
Damn day. As soon as those as soon as those Irish Ghostbusters fans were just like, here's the videos and all that, I'm like, I was just like, hold on. Time just freezes around me, and I'm like, here it comes. All right, God. Phone explodes. Boom! Oh, geez, here it comes. And yeah, I had to back myself out because I'm just like, oh, okay.
But
But
no,
go on.
yeah, no. So, like, I was, bottom line, all day during my work shift, I was just stressed out. Like, I'm focusing on work, but I'm more or less just focusing on my phone because I was trying to make sure that if they were going to come, like, arriving to the house, I was going to leave work and go get it handled and then come right back. Luckily, I didn't have to leave work, but the stress of it all gave me such a bad headache. I'm sitting there at the house with the door wide open, sitting on
Aw.
the couch, watching it, waiting for this damn thing to show up. There's times I would just go outside and sit on the patio because FedEx, we've had really bad experiences with FedEx. Like, for one instance, I bought the Marvel Legends Ant-Man helmet. They sent it to another location, signed off on it for me in my name, and said that they delivered it, and I never got my $100 back. So that's where my stress levels kicked in. But luckily, my driver was awesome. He pulls up around 6 o'clock, and I see the boxes, and I'm like, do you need help, man? He's like, yeah, sure, I got 5 of these things. So he's pushing them over his driving chair. I'm grabbing them, bringing over to the front of the house, and here's this tier of Proton Packs.
So I gotta say, hold on.
Yeah.
I know you were happy.
Yeah.
What about everyone in your household?
Oh my gosh.
So they knew I was expecting this to be there. My stepsister got up early at like 8 o'clock. She was being a trooper, helping me make sure that I got my packs. My family was stressed out for me, and my stepdad was checking out. my stepdad was checking out the Proton Packs online, and he's telling me how I can double sell them and stuff like that. But we're the collectors here. We know what we're gonna do with them.
Well, you're gonna sell 3 of them, so
Yeah, exactly. And he knows this. They know this. Even if I sell it for the retail, I'm getting $500 back.
You're just getting
for
your
it.
money back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And if I charge $800, then it's double. And I think $800 is a fair price. But so I literally got a wet rag with soap. I'm cleaning them all off because they were sitting at the bottom of the truck, dirty as hell. My hands were black.
Oh.
Okay, he followed my rules, or my.
Yeah.
Just make sure you can't keep his all dirty. 'Cause I work with inventory and all that.
You ass.
Yeah, okay, that was
But anyway, so clean them off, raw them inside. They're all stacked up. I'm sending them videos, pictures, and one of me just passed out because finally the stress was over. And then during that, so this is the part of the story too. Last night, one of those Proton Packs belongs to Sabrina. I messaged her about bringing it over, and this is where the story gets interesting.
So,
Okay.
our perspective first. Earlier in the week, we said, "Hey, I'm going to come over and hang out for a little bit." Vinny gets his packs finally, and she's like, "I think you offered to like bring them over."
I offered to bring hers over.
So she's like, "Yeah, go ahead and bring them over." I'm like, "I'm gonna scare this motherfucker."
I know.
Uh-oh.
But apparently, Danny took over your phone.
No, I never took over her
No,
phone.
he wanted to.
I wanted
He
to.
was really close to.
Because the messages were a little bit weird. I'm like, I'll leave around 8 o'clock. And she's like, okay, I'll see you at 8. And I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, then I guess I'm going to be there at 8. So I'm like trying to throw the pack into the car. And keep in mind, 25 pounds. You're like,
Oh my
lugging this
gosh,
thing
yeah.
around. I'm shoving it into my
In
little,
your
in my
small
little
car.
So I'm like, I bring
Charles and I. This is great, man.
Meanwhile, like you just see, like you're driving along, the pack's sticking out, like the box is sticking out of the side.
open from bottom.
Oh, there it goes. Brandon Chandler.
And I'm over here stressing. I'm like, do not drop the box. Do not drop the box. I'm just like carrying this whole thing to the apartment. I bring it in. I give it to Sabrina. Danny tries to scare me.
No, I scared you. I know.
You startled me. You didn't scare me.
I come from the hallway like, "Hi, Vinny." He's like, "Jeez."
Because you wanted to hide in the kitchen, but then I was like, no, you should hide somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have seen him because I was too busy lugging the box around.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, I gave them a picture.
Oh, yes, thank you.
You're welcome. And so Danny's recording Sabrina opening the Proton Pack. We're all kind of excited here. I'm helping her like undo the stuff, and Danny's helping her open it up. They
Yeah.
keep taking the scissors, opening it, putting it somewhere far, and then they go for the next thing, and they have to go back and forth. I'm like, just keep it with you.
Should just brought my pocket knife at that point.
Yeah.
At that rate, yeah.
Or a set of keys, man. We open the box, and all of us turn into like kids that just saw their firstborn.
You almost cried.
I know.
You have no idea how long I've waited for this thing. And this is.
I look at Charles over here shaking his head. We're just like, you kids are now growing up. How sweet.
How precious.
The Proton Pack stone has now been used.
We have evolved.
Well, it's like we finally got full scale, accurate proton.
Well,
packs.
and it's my first one.
So, Danny, the excited one over here.
Okay, so yeah, like we get it all out.
bitch.
No. So we get it out. We get like everything out of the packaging, fully assembled. Got the ion on arm. Like we look at the back, like, oh yeah, we need batteries. I zoom off to Walmart and get a 8-pack of D batteries for the two of us. 4 for her pack, 4 for my pack, whenever it comes.
Keep in mind, it takes like 5 to 10 minutes to get to Walmart. Danny broke that time in
Yeah.
half. I could not believe how fast that man ran.
I drove, didn't run.
Well, I swear to God, you
crashed through the store, ran over an old lady.
It was so fast.
Because the
though.
old lady's like, I'm going to get some batteries for my heart monitor. And Daddy's like, get the fuck out.
I jumped into the store, Blues Brothers.
Danny got possessed by Vince Clarthol for those batteries. I need the batteries.
I know.
An asshole.
So we get the batteries put in.
Well, while you were gone, though, I was going over the mechanic stuff with
Yeah,
Sabrina,
thank
showing
you
how the
again.
switches worked. The little tubes that hook up to the back of the proton pack actually fell loose. So I was tightening those on, showing her that they could be taken on and off. And again, so Danny comes in with the batteries. I got the batteries. Danny, you can take it.
So like we get everything unscrewed, put the 4 batteries in, screw it back on. Like, all right, babe, hit the switch.
Oh yeah, so we plug it.
Oh, yeah.
we put in the batteries, and the pack was already on. So all of a sudden, in
Yeah.
my lab, I'm like,
We're like, what?
Oh, wait, did it power on and then go back off?
well, what was weird is I had it on off mode already, and it just turned on by itself. So we had to like redo the switch setup, and it shut off. So we're like, okay, we're good.
I mean, at least we know it works.
No, mine did that, but it was just like an initial like, oh, it's got juice. Acknowledge.
that's basically-
and then,
I feel like what it was.
It was just like a boot up.
okay.
Like, oh, it's got juice.
Yeah, it didn't like completely start up. It was just,
Right.
it was just on.
Yeah, it was just like a.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's-
And of course, we had our moment. We flipped it over, and we had Sabrina flip the switch. It just kicks on, powers up, and we're just like, oh.
Looks so cool.
Great.
That feeling, though, does it just make you want to watch like Ghostbusters after?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday,
Oh yeah.
I was watching that movie, like driving for work. I was like, "Fuck it."
But yeah, it was a great time. We were checking out like the marshmallow,
The mini
Oh my
puffs.
gosh,
Yeah,
the
and
mini
marshmallow
puffs.
goo. And then Danny's over here shutting off all the lights. I flip the pack off, and then we turn it on, and it's just so
It's
pretty.
so cool in the dark.
Yeah.
What, Joe?
Just keep going.
Oh my god.
We just go like, "Where the shit was this when we were kids?"
I know.
Right. Meanwhile, every time I turn mine on, like my cat will like look over, like, what the heck is? Yeah, like what the heck is that? And like, oh, okay, it's
She's
the pack.
like, no.
Another one. Not another one. Anyway, continue.
I will say this though, like when I was a kid, so we've talked about this before. My first introduction to Ghostbusters really was the Extreme Ghostbusters, and I did not remember this, but they did come out with like a full set of like the proton pack with the gun and with the trap. And when I was a kid, I don't remember those at all. Like I remember the car, I remember the toy
really?
car, but I never remembered those prop toys.
Oh, the prop toys? No, because I remember they had them at the Toys R Us that was nearby my place, and I remember seeing them, but I was like, okay, I got the action figures, I got the car, and that was about it. I didn't have a whole lot of extra money to be
Yeah,
like,
no.
oh, get the props too.
Yeah, no, when I was a kid, Ghostbusters, I never even knew there was toy lines for it, in all honesty. I just remember the ones from the 90s, and of course, when 2016 rolled around, we had like the retro line, the girls' figures, and then finally Afterlife, and it took all these years, after 35, 36 years, we're finally getting full-scale prop replicas of the Proton Packs made by a toy company for us big kids, and hopefully, again, like I've said before, this is the wake-up call to start making more shit like that.
Joe, your experience.
Oh, I was just at work, but no, like everybody else. No, so I mean, not really much. I just told my sister, like, "Hey, this package is coming in," and so hours wait by. Of course, I'm again. Phone's blowing up with more Proton Pack stuff, waiting. This guy, Vinny here, having a heart attack.
Guilty.
On the side, I was texting Charles, like, Jesus Christ, dude. My eyes are fried from seeing Proton Pack.
Yeah, I had to put my phone on the charger because all the vibrations kept going off.
Oh
It
my
was burning the battery.
So I'm at work and all that. I'm driving right now, and so when the package finally arrived, oh my god! Like, it's scary that my sister, she texted me back and goes like, is this another toy?
Dun dun dun.
Technically, no.
I suck it up. It didn't lie. I went like, yeah, it is. I pre-ordered that crap ages ago. So I was just like, but you're going to like what's inside. So...
Oh, you did say that to her? You're going to like what's
yeah,
inside?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's like, God, it was pretty damn heavy and all that.
Yeah, it was.
Of course, carrying that thing downstairs. Oh, my God.
Oh, I
yeah.
bet.
No, I'm just
Oh,
like,
man.
I was like, oh, crud. At one point, I was just going to just lay it
On the
and
stairs?
just slide it.
I was tempted you did. I'm surprised you didn't, yeah.
Just going through, I just lifted it up, and I'm like, okay, wasn't bad. As soon as I opened the box, first thing, open it from the bottom.
Great.
And everything. I stopped as soon as I opened the first part of it, and unpackaged the paper. My nephew, Jimmy, he just looks over. He's like, "Oh my God, you got another one?"
Hey, kid, these are cool.
He was like, "Hey, you remember the other one I let you wear, right?" He was just like, "Oh yeah, that thing was pretty heavy." And so at the time, he's like, now I could just lift that thing up. I'm like, yeah, you can. And so, of course, all of us here in the chats were throwing teaser videos and everything. Like, oh my God, look at all this stuff and everything. Of course, I didn't do anything more with it because most of my parts, all the mods and everything, Charles has right now. And so I was like, I need all the parts first before I could get fully satisfied. I didn't want it to be missing the ion. I mean, thrower or anything.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just like, you know what? Wait for it to be completed, then I'll be fully happy. And then it's gonna be back in the box. I'll try and enjoy it as much as I can for grown-up land.
You could be grown up, but you can still enjoy it.
Yes.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
I'll get around with it eventually. Play with it probably at a con or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. That's it. Okay, well, Sabrina.
Well, I guess my side from it, Will the whole time was taking a video, of me
Reaction.
opening it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, story time right here. All right. So I do remember the talk about the Proton Pack. This is your first sale, Vinny. We were at Universal.
No, we were
Or not
no,
Universal.
we were driving from I think the Sony lot to either the
Oh, that's
Sedgwick
right, yeah,
or
yeah.
to the Michael's house. One of those two locations.
No.
We were in the car though.
Yeah, and it was just the talk if you need someone to buy it off of it, Vinny, Sabrina, you. I think walking up to you, you guys were in the midst of the conversation. And it's like, yeah, we're thinking about buying one from Vinny. And Vinny, you were kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I had this up for a friend, going back and forth. But I told you, fuck that friend. I was being the little devil under your shoulder.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Joe's really helping out here.
It's just imagine me as Kronk from Emperor's New Groove, and you just got a little devil version of Joe. Just be like,
Oh, that's it. She's going down.
Sell the damn thing. Fuck your friend. It's a style he. Right about here's where the angel's supposed to show up.
But we pimp slapped that bitch.
just see Danny as the guardian angel coming down.
Jesus loves
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm late.
Vinny, sell the Proton Pack to my girlfriend.
But anyway, okay. So you got the pack finally. Are you actually gonna join us for a Ghostbustering?
I would love to. I do need a suit,
Yeah.
obviously.
I mean, yeah, I do have the one you
Yeah.
can use, but
That's
yes,
true.
you do need
Yeah.
yours. You just, it's just so cool wearing hey, this one's mine.
But yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm really happy with it. It looks great.
Yeah.
And then I get my wand on Tuesday.
Cherish it.
So
Cherish that damn thing.
Oh yeah.
And of course, you got all these guys who can modify it because we have the technology.
yeah, because I don't know anything about that stuff. So
Danny?
Moment of silence.
Oh, wait, that's right. We said somebody here didn't have it. So,
Tell us your side of the story because the whole group chat was the funniest damn thing.
We end on a cliffhanger.
You don't know how. Like, okay, mine got shipped mine got shipped yesterday, and on one of my 2 tracking apps, it says delivery between the 14th today and tomorrow the 15th. Like, it could show up today, but as of like 12, like either 12:38, I think earlier this morning, it was just left California, so I'm getting it tomorrow. But just like that's kind of like when I'm like one leg out, one leg in, just like I'm ready for the.
He's ready.
You just see him go flying. All of our recording equipment goes flying with him and everything.
I can just see you setting your phone by the door right here. Just run into the fucking door. Oh, Jesus, no.
And then Sabrina's like, "There's a reason why I wear the pants in the family."
I chose that man.
Yep.
Yeah, I did.
But like my favorite reaction though, yesterday was when a friend of ours, Christian, said, "I got mine." He was technically the first.
He technically was the
Yeah.
first. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, our buddy
Yeah.
Christian gets
Wow.
his. Vinny's is out for delivery. Charles gets his. Then out of nowhere,
comes
Joe's is like, "Oh yeah, I have mine." Like, when the fuck did yours get shipped? So literally, our friend
Silence is
Christian,
golden.
Charles, Vincent, Joe, and Sabrina all have their packs, and I'm still waiting on mine.
It was funny too because I'm watching Joe's message. Oh yeah, here's my pack.
I know.
Just like boom.
You're a freaking sniper.
Such a ninja with it.
Well, wasn't there one point where you said yours was supposed to show up on Friday?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Okay,
you
so when I
mentioned-
first downloaded the FedEx app, it said like delivered between January. I think it said January 11th. I'm like, oh, I could get mine tonight, and then it said pending. Pending. And then the other day, I finally got the Haslab email saying your order has shipped. So then that's when we got the 15th date.
Okay.
I'm just hearing from across town. Danny just freaking out, and he sends us a voice message going, "Let me get this straight. Christian, Joe, Charles, Vince, and Sabrina all get their proton packs except for me."
We're first.
Which apparently, so I saw a post on one of the Haslab groups, and apparently, I guess somebody spoke with somebody there, and now this is take it with a grain of salt, but according to them, they said that when Hasbro sent the dimensions of the box to FedEx, they didn't use that. FedEx used their own reference, and so they didn't allocate. They didn't plan for how many boxes they could get in each truck. So they thought. So FedEx thought they could get X number of boxes in each truck. And then when the boxes actually showed up, they're like, we can't get nearly as many in the truck as we thought we could. And so I think that's what ended up happening with there being such a discrepancy between people getting theirs and such.
And yet somehow magically I got 5 in one day.
Well, probably because, they're like,
So
oh, you're the
your
whale.
order went like, God damn it.
And another thing too to point out, so a lot of people were pointing this out on the social media apps, is that their packages were somewhat damaged. Like mine had a couple of dings.
Yeah.
Luckily, it didn't damage Sabrina's, but someone literally had their proton package punched.
Oh my gosh.
all the way through in the middle. Like you
shit.
could,
Oh.
like they were like, oh god, no. And as soon as they open it up, the entire outside of the Ghostbusters box just bashed through. So I think someone from FedEx is getting fired because that looked like a drop kick to the box.
Was it a dropkick or was it like some heavy, like cylindrical material that like shifted and slammed into the box?
I honestly don't know, but it had a direct pivot point and it was just like cracked around it.
Oh my gosh.
Because the only reason why I would assume it was either punched or kicked was because I've done that at work where my
Oh, so never,
Yeah.
you're never gonna take care of my packages maybe at all.
Well, here's the thing. My boss, this was back when I was working at Safeway, my boss pissed me off so bad. I actually punched all the way through a package of cereal boxes and punched all the way through those cereals. And I threw it in the back as damage because I just didn't give it.
Wow.
Like,
And that was the last day of your employment there, right?
nope, I still worked there.
Oh.
But
Oh.
luckily, I got a new job. I was able to sign my 2 weeks and look at them and give them the middle finger.
I can see like a bunch of like cinnamon toast crunches and like corn pops with this old thing, spinny. Cereal's pouring out.
Or it was like those boxes of like where it says like "oops, all berries" or something like that. He punches through the berries part, so it's just "oops."
Well, to be fair, it was Captain Crunch. So they were now officially just Crunch, not Captain.
So does it have a happy ending for that person? Like, send that to Haslab. Like, dude, give me another.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the
yeah.
sad part
Or
about
at least,
it.
yeah.
Or
at
would
least
they,
give
would,
me
would they repair it, maybe?
No.
Like they could send it back and
No,
repair it?
Because here's
No.
the thing: Haslab projects are one and done, basically. So I
But
don't
here's
even
the
know.
thing:
Oh.
there probably has to be some insurance or something. Like here, they have like a like. Well, we don't know, like a stash of like I don't know.
Stash of replacements.
Yeah, I
Who
don't know.
knows? Yeah.
I would hope so.
I would hope so because like, can you imagine like if Pack
That
showed up
happened.
damaged?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
not
like,
good.
they're like, oh, sorry, we'll just refund you. What the fuck?
So I don't get my
Oh.
pack?
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
I
great. So
expect you to ship this back. Fuck you. Yeah.
Or that too, like,
Better yet, fill the box with rocks.
yeah, no kidding.
Make sure that money transacts through. They open it. The fuck is it?
Haha, you lose.
Xerox paper with like double fingers.
or they literally go above and beyond, make a foam proton pack to look exactly like the Hasbro one, ship it back, get their money's worth back. So now they have the proton pack. They got a piece of foam made into it.
Oh, jeez.
Evil.
I chuckle when I hear the line now from Ghostbusters 2. The proton pack is not a toy. I'm like, it is now.
It is now.
30 years later, we go to Egon's grave. Hey, Egon.
This world is dead.
Hey, now my kid brother has a proton pack.
I see that as like an end of credits thing from Ghostbusters. The proton pack is not a toy. And then like no, cuts to present day. Just someone sets their Haslab pack in front of it.
Wouldn't it? wouldn't it be funny if that same actor, I don't know who it was that said that, or
So the actor who said that was actually the guy who sings the song "Take Control."
oh, okay.
Ah.
So yeah, so like if like somehow he got in on that joke, like this, you know,
It's
like,
actually Bobby Brown.
Yeah, it's Bobby
A
Brown.
cameo
with
in
his
Afterlife
Yeah.
2.
It's Bobby Brown with his kid brother.
We're all adults now.
Oh my god.
Well, I think that just about wraps up this episode of the Petty Cash Podcast. Hopefully, by the time you all listen to this, I have mine.
hopefully.
So, this is Danny.
This is Charles.
Vinny.
Joseph.
Sabrina.
And remember to slow down, chew your food. Not funny.